What this thing?
Nah, just leave this. Soft selection on. Okay, now see how there's a color going out? You can increase that by messing with the fallout radius. What this does is when you select these vertices, these are your main vertices that you selected, the original 4. Everything else following these vertices is affected by it. So when you pull those main 4 original vertices up, everything else follows with it. And that creates kind of like a more organic shape. So like a more transitional, instead of, you know, if I take this off, it's just that, see? It's just more like straight hard edge. Whereas opposed if I had the soft select on, it's more organic. And you can mess with this too. I think in Photoshop too, there's like some graph settings, I guess. You can mess with it, add like points. So kind of add like mountains. And that'll make it like a different look. That'll give it a different look.
How big is your fallout radius?
You can select the presets already, kind of like reset everything. But you could also take the preset and mess around with it. And it creates that.
Now what do I do? Lift it up or lift it down?
You can lift it up, side to side, doesn't matter. It's gonna mess up your silhouette, but your overall silhouette. Sometimes if you want to get like a transitional look, you can use soft selection. It also works with scaling, not just moving, and rotating too. So if I move this down the fallout radius, maybe like a 1, or make that a 3. Yeah, the radius shrinks a little bit. So not these vertices aren't affected anymore. It's just whatever color is changed. But yeah, that's the tool settings. Take that off. Let's just have fun with it.
Hello? What's up? Well, what's up? All right. Well, I don't know about tomorrow.
Fuck is it good?
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. Alright then. Alright. Later. Looks like no prank to manufacturers for me today.
What did it say?
His apartment got flooded.
You guys probably got what?
Got flooded.
Oh shit.
Not flooded, but I mean like. Alex, is there a way we can like make this right here? Not with that belt no more.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? Thanks for saying that. I now can use a bridge tool. All right, check this out. So we want to get rid of these faces so we can get rid of the bevel. Okay. We're gonna get rid of the bevel by going to select face mode. And then we're going to select those faces that are creating the bevel. Okay, make sure you don't select the other faces that are not beveled. Oh, you want to make sure you take soft selection off so those color lines aren't affecting it or aren't confusing you. Go to double click on the move tool and then go to soft selection, check it off. Let's wait up. Yeah, right there. And then just exit out of that. And just hit delete. Now we're gonna bridge these edges to these edges to create faces. You can only do this if it's the same object.
Whoa, I'm missing face.
What happened there? Oh, you deleted more than what you should have. Controls. Yeah, see, you gotta unselect those faces. Always, like when you select faces like that, make sure you mouse rotate over. Make sure you selected the right faces and not the wrong ones.
I got it now.
Okay. So you want to make sure that it's the same object what we're about to do. If they were two different objects, this wouldn't work. But since when you select one and everything turns green, that means it's the same object.
And because they're combined.
If they were separated, this would not work. So we're gonna go ahead and go to select edge. And in this case, you can actually double click on the edge and it'll ring around. So go ahead and select one. There's multiple ways to do this, by the way. I'm going to show you
one too.
And shift click the other one too. Actually, you know what? I don't think it's going to work if we do it at the same time. Let me see. It actually did. Okay. Never mind. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does.
And then we go to where?
It depends. It depends how complicated the object is. Okay. So now you have those selected. You go to edit mesh. And you just click bridge.
Straightforward.
Pretty much. Now see, your settings were a little bit different. Your settings were set to have multiple divisions. That's okay. It depends if you want to, if you're like doing high modeling. But we're keeping it simple, so you just go to
So Command Z for me.
Control, yeah, Command Z. Go to the box right here next to bridge, and it'll open up the bridge options. And make sure divisions are set to 0. And then you just click bridge. Now it's 1. Now sometimes that won't work because you have probably a complicated object and it just won't allow it. There's another way to do this too, and you simply, it's same thing. You have to have, it has to be the same object too. They have to be combined. Go to edit mesh and go to append polygon. It's a little bit more. It takes longer, not longer, but it's more steps.
Oh, okay.
So now,
delete it again?
Yeah, delete it, or just Control Z, Command Z, yeah. And then go to Edit Mesh, Append Polygon tool. Okay, now you're pretty much going to be connecting edge to edge manually. Select this edge, and then you get like these purple arrows. That means those are the edges that the edge you originally clicked can be connected to, but you want to connect it always to the top one. Then hit enter.
What do I do? Click
so yeah, edit mesh, append polygon, click this edge, and then click the opposite edge, and then hit enter. Now here's a shortcut that's really useful to create for if you're going to be repeating the same command over and over again, the same tool, instead of going back here every time and go append tool, click click, append tool, click click. All you can do is just hit the G button, and it'll automatically give you the tool that you used last. So you can do the same thing again. Click, click, enter, and then one more time. Hit the G, click, click, enter. G, click, click, enter, and there you go. Same thing. You get the same results. Just it takes a little bit longer, but sometimes you may not want to use a bridge tool for certain reasons, because I'm not sure exactly what. Maybe you're like fucking gay or something.
You get to work? Yeah, I'm just going to do this.
Another thing too to keep in mind, which I had to find out the hard way almost kinda, is when you start doing all these modifications on your model, at least on my laptop, sometimes it does it quickly, but it starts slowing down and lagging. What you want to do is, because Maya is so gayer than Max, just kidding, is you want to go to edit, delete type, delete history. But this is, you want to make sure that is okay. This is how far I want this model to go. I don't want to make any more changes to it. Because what this does is we delete the history, it pretty much deletes the history like in Photoshop. I mean, you can still go back and Control Z.
Why don't you want it?
Because sometimes you're, for example, when you start using like NURBS tools, or like the EP curve tool, or like when you use the EP curve tool, which you create EP curve tool right here, you pretty much create your own shape out of a curve. When you have this tool, when you create this curve and then you create like an actual polygon model out of it, when you edit this tool, it also edits your model, and sometimes this will get in the way, or like you move this and it'll move your model. So by deleting the history, it pretty much deletes the connection between the curve and your model. So meaning if you change the curve, when you delete the history, you change the curve, it won't affect your model anymore. That's what delete history tool is for. Also, like the more modifications you start doing to your model, it starts stacking up history of it, and it starts slowing your process down. So what you want to do is when it gets to that point, just delete type, delete history, and then you become more smoother again, and it won't lag anymore.
But since we were just keeping it simple. So
Yeah,
like,
you don't really, but I'm saying because I don't know why the fuck my computer's lagging a little bit. It feels like it is. Frames. Okay, so that's your bridge tool. Now, let's say we want to create like, maybe this is like an old used weapon that's like chipped off in some places. Instead of using the insert edge loop tool like we were using in the beginning to create different edges, we can use the cut tool, and that pretty much just slices your model. It creates like a sliced edge, and then you can start deleting those faces that you don't want, so you can have it that like chipped off model. So it only affects the faces you selected. So if you go to select face mode, and let's say I'm gonna select these faces right here. Test manager. I don't know, memory's good, so I don't know why the fuck. Anyways. So I have these faces selected. Okay. Now we can go to edit mesh and use the cut faces tool. Now just click to drag cut. Click anywhere you want on your model or where the faces are selected, and it creates that straight line. You can move it. If you hold down shift, it'll snap it in 45-degree angles. See? So let's say I kind of want it loosely, maybe like there. Oh, fuck you, autosave. It's gonna mess up my shit. Okay, what the fuck? Okay. So yeah. And then you just gotta let go. And see how it creates like a line? Actually, you know what? That won't be like a chipped off look, so. Yeah, whatever. We're just fucking around. Okay. That creates this tool right there. So you go back to select mode, that icon up here.
I think I'm missing chip.
Yeah, and all you gotta do now that that line's created, it created different faces within the original faces we selected.
Select it again. Select one.
Yeah, and now you can select these faces and start deleting them. You know, start deleting them, and then it kind of. You know, obviously it looks a little bit weird because there's like a hole, and it looks like you can tell if this would be like in a game, that's just hollow. But what we can do is we can connect these edges, which we'll do right now in a bit. Just select everything. This is probably a bad example because I think I can make this work. Okay. Yeah, you also, I think you selected more than what you should. Watch. Command Z all the way. Because you're only going to select. You only want to select what lies between this line and up. So none of these. Just that one, that one, that one. Should get these two over here as well. Same thing with the other side, yeah. think I deleted that face by accident. Yeah, just connect it again. This space right here. See how it's open? It's not supposed to be open. That wasn't part of the face. Just like so. Go to append or go to edit mesh. Pen polygon tool. Then click on the top one right here. That bottom. Hold on, you select it actually. Hit enter and then command Z. Do the same thing G. That one. And that one. There. Okay. This one. Yeah, this is kind of like not so symmetrical, so it's gonna be hard. But the point is, that's the cut tool. So you want to create different cuts, you can create it. But you can start bridging these edges together or appending them. So I'm just gonna do this section right here because it's the most symmetric one. So enter G again, enter G again. Shit. Oh, what the fuck?
So what are going to work to what?
Just select edges that seem somewhat symmetrical across from each other. What? You're in wireframe. Go back to hit 5. No, go back to the other one. Down and then hit 5. Yeah, and select it. Select your object.
Now that I connect with the what?
Just connect whatever. Well, it's not connected because it's not really a good example that I did right now to show you chipped off shit. So,
hey, I got a chip.
Yeah, kind of looks a little bit weird though, because the angle of the whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. I need real food, not a fucking ice cream cake for breakfast.
I'm gonna put it back to being straight again.
Yeah, just Control Z. I'm just wanting to show you the cut tool pretty much. That's what the cut tool does. You don't have to connect everything back together. Cut tool only happens when you select faces, certain faces on your model.
Is there a way to make any of these like these edges softer?
Yeah, there actually is. If you go to select, so we're gonna make these edges on the sides softer. So if you go to select edge mode or F10, and you
Click on any edge.
double click on that edge, it'll extend it all the way across.
Alright.
Now we're gonna be going to the normals tool. It's something different. Here we go, normals.
Where is that?
It's right up here. It's like the second one away from edit mesh.
Normals.
You go to soften edge, and it'll soften all of that edge. So you see how it changed a little bit, like it got lighter. Watch, see. See, this is without soft edge. This is with, and you see it got a little bit lighter. So
yeah,
let's compare it with without the wireframes on, so you can have a better look at it.
Click object. And so
Yeah. Okay. So this is hard mode, and this is fuck bitch. Here, let me do it again. Normals, soft and edge. Okay. F8. All right. Here you go. Check this out. Hard edge. Soft. Why does it keep selecting back? Anyways, you can notice the difference right away. So normal, soft, and edge, and you can do that to pretty much. You can select multiple edges, holding down Shift and selecting the different size edges, and all at once go back to normals, soft, and edge, and now all of your object from the edges is softened instead of hard. And you can do the opposite way too. If there's a soft edge that you want hard,
harden edge.
you just harden edge. Like maybe these grips right here, you want them to be a little bit harder. So you want to go to like the base pretty much. Select those edges by going to edge mode and double clicking to ring around or loop around. And then you want this a little bit harder, so you go to normal, harden edge.
Whoa.
And now it's more harder. So you can tell the difference between here and here. See, this is hard, and this is just pretty much regular over here.
Look at that.
So yeah, see, you got it. Pretty cool.
I can harden the ones in the middle now, huh?
Yeah. So kind of like right here in the grips.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, pretty much select. You want to first select like all the edges. So, edge, edge. Oops. Edge, edge. Edge. And then normals, harden edge, and then object mode, get out of wire, and there you go. Stain.
Almost. Harden edges. Yes,
Nice. Yeah, that's that. And let's see what else can we cover here.
Dude, look at that. That thing looks sick from this angle.
You like, huh? You can also do it to the hammer part of it, like the actual blunt side.
Oh, yeah, the blunt side should be a little rounder, huh? Like this whole thing. Right
Yeah.
here. Soften the side. See how it looks first.
Alright, dude, I think this is good for today. And next time we meet, we can go over materials. So adding like materials and textures to your models.
Okay.
Sounds good? We'll cover that.
And renderings.
Yeah, and we'll render it. We'll go over lighting then.